What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Musi Gaming here, and today we're back with another episode of weekly updates on Project Vortex account. And we have an exciting week ahead of us, and that is that we're actually entering the KvK map in a week, guys. Right now, as of this very recording, we're currently on January 13th, 2026, and towards the end of the week, we're gonna have our first KvK start. I guess, yay. But there's not going to be much fighting, when you get into a KvK1 fight, KvK1 map initially, right? You have to wait a week or two until you actually get into pass for opening and fight for those ruins. So there's going to be a little bit more of a wait, but hey, at least we're entering KvK map, right? And with that said, let's just go ahead and take a look at which kingdoms that we're actually going against. We are going against Kingdom 51, 3951, 3949, 3952. And I think I just read from the Kingdom Mail that was sent out to the whole kingdom that I can't be revealing anything regarding the KvK. I don't know if that applies to me because I certainly did say some stuff during my during my stream, but I'm assuming it's okay because Slam D was in there. But yeah, here's our KvK matchup. Usually, the kingdom with the rising star or Imperium, KvK1 Imperium, will go 1v3. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. I actually still don't know. So there's not really much that I actually can reveal at this point. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. We'll see. We'll see how it goes in terms of our KvK fights. Maybe I should have asked Slam D or reach out to any of the R4s, but before I make this video. But we'll find out more as we kind of fight through the war. Last thing that I want to do is release more information about that I'm not supposed to release in this video, so that like the whole like diplomacy gets destroyed between the kingdoms. So that's something that I don't want to happen. So yeah, I'm not gonna say much about the alliances and all that. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get started on this account though. We're currently sitting on VIP 13, 710 VIP points, which is nice. We are 40,000 VIP points away. And for those of you who are wondering why am I not hitting VIP 14 right away, it's mainly because I do want to save up the gem until we get the first YSG wheel, so that I can at least max spin the YSG wheel as much as possible. I will need like 30,000 gems, thanks to the fact that I didn't really get anywhere with my first egg event, which I'll go over when we talk about the equipments. But yeah, I spent some gems. I had enough gems for me to actually spin 100 times of the YSG wheel. But our first egg event was last week, and we spun some. Didn't get much. Didn't get anywhere almost. So I was a little disappointed. Now I'm stuck with VIP 13, 40,000 VIP points left, with 30,000 more gems that I need to get for me to max spin YSG. So I'm in a pretty bad shape, to be really honest with you. Hopefully, I'll be able to recover, so that I don't have to worry too much about it. My current plan is that since our main alliance, SH's spending has been pretty good in our kingdom, I'm going to actually let this hit VIP 14 organically. It looks like it's not that impossible. So I'm going to let this hit organically. I think we're getting like 3,000 VIP points per day. So theoretically, I would only need 2 weeks for me to get VIP 14 without spending too much gems. And at this moment, I want to actually focus on getting enough gems so that I can spin at least 100 times for YSG wheel. Is the current plan, which is actually most likely going to happen next week. Or maybe in 3 weeks. Who knows? But yeah, I'm 75 days in. VIP 13, 710,000 VIP points. That's, I guess, okay. Decent. It's probably about where I was with Max Level Newbie account. But I did spend a little bit more money on that account versus this one. So there's a little bit of give and take here and there. Now, for commanders, I'm most likely going to use Sun Tzu with YSG, Sun Tzu primary and then YSG secondary, mainly because I don't really have that many pieces of Charles Martel. You guys can see that my Charles Martel is horrible, 3-1-1-1. And I'm not going to be able to use Charles Martel YSG. If I had expertise Charles Martel, by all means, I think that's what I'll run. But unless that is the case, I think Sun Tzu is a great alternative if you want to main an infantry. And this commander, the reason why this commander is so good is because this commander not only has the skill tree, but also as an infantry. So I can actually start building infantry equipments onto and slap it onto him. And then I kind of like build up the infantry from get-go. Also at the same time, this commander has 20% extra skill damage buff, which is going to be huge when it is combined and synergized well with YSG. Also, at the same time, his expertise skill, which is the active skill, is going to give 1000 damage factor to 5 targets without getting reduced by the number of targets that it hits. So theoretically, this is a 5000 damage factor coning AoE skill if you hit all 5 units of the enemy, which I think is a very, very big W. And also at the same time, this commander also has that 10% extra damage reduction on top of 10% infantry health bonus. I mean, this commander is just cracked. Honestly, Sun Tzu is, I think, one of the commanders that should have been, she was designed as legendary commanders, but was released as epic commanders for free-to-play players. So I'm pretty happy with where my Sun Tzu is. He's expertise. He has level 60. And I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go with my Sun Tzu. Now, with that said, in terms of equipment, I am still lacking a little bit. What I'm planning for my Sun Tzu equipment, though, is that throughout the KvK 1, I do want to get as many pieces of Eternal Night on the pants, and then get that organically, so I don't have to worry about getting the Eternal Night's blueprint pieces from Egg Event or Dig Event, like I should be for other troop types most of the time. Also, at the same time, chest piece the same way. I'm hoping that I can get my hands on Hope Cloak, which can be expertise, can be created and iconic 5 just from playing through KvKs, which I think is going to be really, really good. And just run the Eternal Empire set for the rest of the 4 pieces, which is going to be the weapon, gloves, and boots, so that I can get that extra 4-piece march speed bonus. As so far, that's the current plan. I don't know if that's going to be actually doable by the time that I do fight. Probably not going to be possible for the first KvK, I would say. No, first fights in the KvK, but hopefully in 2 to 3 weeks when I do fight, no, not in 2 to 3 weeks, towards the end of the KvK when I do actually fight in the Kingsland, I'll be able to at least run something very similar to that for this March and for this account is what I'm hoping for. But currently, this is probably the best that I can optimize without wasting too much gold, too much materials, etc. Now, I do have Purist, who I've been buying the daily bundles for almost every single day thus far, and I have him 5521, which I think is okay for now because I'm not going to be using Pierce too much in KvK 1. Most likely, the reason why I'm building Pierce is because I want to use Pierce for KvK 2, where I'll be able to actually utilize him with Chuk Jun-gyung, CJ, right? Where I think in that case, I'll be able to not only build on the equipment that I will need for my first infantry setup, that is going to be used pincer, whether that is by Chu Liu Che or whatever the new commander is, but also at the same time, I'll be able to build on the armaments that I will be building for, which is going to be pincer. Or maybe by that time, it will be pincer 2.0, whatever the case might be. That's my current plan. So Pierce is still in the works. Not really the top priority, but I am getting his dailies so that I can eventually get him expertise and pair him up with CJ is my current plan. Aside from that, Charles Martel is okay. I do have Bjorn expertise because I do use Bjorn for Canyon. Pair it up with Sun Tzu right now, but I think I can probably, once I have YSG behind Sun Tzu, I can just move him to behind Pyrrhus so that he can use, that can be a good viable Canyon infantry setup that we can use. But we'll see how we go about that. And aside from that, there's not really much that's going on. I have like some random pieces here and there just so that I can just perform slightly better on the Canyon, but I haven't really optimized for those. Once we do start on the Lost Canyon in the KvK 1 though, most likely I'll go ahead and optimize this as much as possible because of the fact that those blueprint pieces actually can be obtained through being ranked higher on the KvK Lost Canyon, Sunset Canyon, right? Lost Canyon, Sunset Canyon, Lost Canyon. So yeah, that's my current plan. Hopefully I'll be able to build a good Sunset Canyon or Lost Canyon team. But yeah, that's my current plan for the equipments and the commanders. Let's just go ahead and take a look at my power. You guys can see I have powered up quite a bit since last time we actually spoke, and that's mainly because I was able to reach level 10 in the small 3. Where is it? Yeah, herbal medicine. That gave me a huge power shift, right? I got like 800,000 power from that, from completing that level 10, which is really, really good. And right now I'm actually working on getting the Wood Steel and Scutum leveled up as much as possible while I'm actually, evenly distributing all the other points over here. I did get combat tactics started just because of the fact that we did have the research buff on in the kingdom, and I was like, hey, why not? But we'll see. We'll see. We'll eventually try to reach all those as much as we can get closer to the cartography level 5, which is where we will be able to get that extra 5% march speed, which is going to be really, really important for KvK1. Because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but KvK1 march speed is actually really, really slow for everyone. So yeah, that 5% extra march speed would actually let me perform exceptionally better when I'm fighting on the field for KvK1. So yeah, that's my number one priority at this moment in terms of the research. Obviously, I did do all the main researches that are prerequisites for most amount of efficiency, which is masonry level 5, writing level 5, engineering level 5, and mathematics level 5. So yeah, I level 10 on engineering and mathematics. So I'm doing well. Hopefully, I'll be able to finish again that cartography level 10, level 5, after completing combat tactics level 10 and defensive preparation level 10, which is going to be a lot of speed ups, but hopefully I'll be able to make it by the time that we do fight in KvK1. So that's my current status for this account. What else is there? What else is there? This week is Wheels week. But again, we don't have YSG. I'm assuming we're gonna have YSG wheel in 2 weeks from now, which is gonna be good for me because then I can get actually a little more time for me to prepare myself some gems. At the worst case scenario, I might do the first purchase for some of those gem stores so that I can get extra gems that I need for me to actually max spin the YSG wheel, which I hope does not happen. Maybe I can actually get enough gems just from buying the dailies and all that stuff. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Aside from that, I think that's pretty much it. Ooh, Alliance Mobilization. We were able to actually reach level 12. Here are the things that I got. I got the research buff, speed up, research buff. Actually gold key because, the crystal keys are important, but chance of you getting something useful from crystal key is very, very low. But whereas gold key, you can get a lot of commander sculptures, so I chose gold key. For the earlier game accounts, obviously for my later date game account, later progress games, later progress accounts like max level newbie and my main. I don't really usually get these. I usually get the crystal key, but just FYI. And I got the research speed ups, food because I need the food more, and then gold keys, and then blueprint fragment choice chests for gloves for all the way up to 9 pieces, which is really, really good. Now I had the choice of either choosing Pierce has and the gloves. I think Pierce, I'll eventually get it either way, so I got the gloves. Hopefully I don't regret that decision, but I think this is really, really good because eventually I have to get to the Eternal Empire vent braces of the entire empire unlocked, right? So that's really, really good. All right, I think that's pretty much it for what I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, please go ahead and drop me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, guys. And if you are one of those people who are stopping by my live streams, you can expect me to, showcase some of me entering the KvK map, which is going to be good and awesome. Hopefully, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, guys, I'll see you all in the next video, guys. Peace!